I would like to read from my latest book, which is called The Lord of Water, and it's about a guy who can command water, and the scene I'm going to read is what you can see on the cover. I could feel the canal I created. I couldn't see it, but who needs to see what you can feel? An aisle appeared in the water, a corridor. A little wider than the ship, I created a corridor of calm water. To the left and the right of us, 40-foot, 30-foot waves clashed. But in front of the ship, the sea became dead calm. I had no command over the wind, which kept on howling as before. But the waves disappeared in front of us, and the ship got quieter. It was my old exercise, parting the pond, the ocean, only not to the bottom of the sea. It was easy to do it, and yet it put a chill in my bones. I felt the channel's length. I let it stretch on and on and on for miles and miles, and its infinity awed me. My heartbeat slowed. My lips tasted salty. I didn't hear the wind anymore. Instead, I smelled the sea, the salt, the seaweed, and the carcasses of dead fish dancing on the waves. I could feel life around me. There were fish below us. They swam a little deeper than usual to escape the storming waves. The drama of life and death unfolded beneath me. All kinds of creatures hunted, killed, escaped, and devoured each other in these waters. For the first time, I understood that I shared the water with them. The water wasn't mine. Far from it, it had many lovers. Countless lives depended on it. It gave and it took, and now I used my power to prevent it from taking us. I didn't need to see the sea anymore. Now that I felt it, was one with it, I could close the door. I tried, but the wind was too strong. Alan struggled to his feet, and together we managed to press the door close against the howling wind and lock it. It became a little quieter around us. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was endangering the ship. I have no idea about ships. I slowed down the current and calmed the waves. Now the ship should be fine, I said, half in trance. Alan's eyes burned into me, but I didn't care. From the bridge, 90 feet above the water, the sight of the calm canal I had created must have been awesome. Jonas told me that everyone present surrounded him and stared at the towering, fighting, huge waves that were on the sides of us and the way in front of us, clear and calm. "Captain, have you ever seen anything like this before?" Smith had asked in a hot whisper. "I've seen a lot of strange stuff in my life, Smith, but nothing like this," Jonas had whispered back. "How many knots?" Jonas had asked next. 15 and slowing, Garnet had answered. "Captain, what is this? Who's doing that? How is this possible?" Smith had asked. "I don't know." "This isn't natural." "It isn't." "We'll pay for that one day." "One day, maybe, but not now. To your posts, all of you," Jonas had ordered. Alan brought me to my cabin. I was still in a trance, busy with parting and calming the waters. I barely noticed when he left. He went to the bridge to see for himself what I had created. "Where's the landlubber?" Jonas had asked. "In his cabin. He has to concentrate," Alan had answered. They had all heard that and glared suspiciously at the channel that either a devil or a god had created. Which one? That was the question. I didn't know what I was as I lay there on the bed of my cabin with wet hair and half naked, my wet clothes and the yellow raincoat thrown to the floor. Power. The overwhelming quake of power. Never had I been aware of it like this before. Only once, a little bit, when I had asked myself whether I was able to kill my mum's lover Ashley back at the beach when I was 12. Never yet had I executed my power, until now. It teased me like a drug, sweet, full of promise and relief. It made me high and took me higher and higher with every passing second. I had this ship in my hands. I had the whole ocean in my hands at my command. I could raise Atlantis if I wanted to, even though I was currently in the wrong ocean for that. All I had done before had been fooling around. I knew now why I had been afraid, why I had avoided the ocean for 10 years. Raise Atlantis and sink our destination, Japan, for example. I could do that. For the first time I executed my powers and knew that the sky was the limit. I could send a fountain to the moon, draining the oceans. In this moment of greatness, I wasted no thoughts on the aftermaths. I didn't think about the price I would have to pay, that nothing comes for free. I didn't see the danger of getting corrupted by my power. I simply enjoyed myself. Although I'm sure that my mother had meant something different when she had asked me to enjoy myself the day I had left for college. Thank you.